That's the beauty of Scotch-Brite pads. I just took all the fuzz off the coats of sealer, but I didn't remove the sealer. And I'm going to rub another coat in, and then I'm going to get ready to turn this thing around. Hey everybody, I'm Captain Eddie Castle, and welcome to my shop. We're round 3 on this bowl. You got that? How's that? That helps? Okay. Wanted to go back to basics and show you how to do a basic bowl from soup to nuts. We shaped it up, roughed it in, got the back done, then we turned it around, did the hollowing on it, took the center out. We have it looking really good. I had some tears. Now 90% of those tears and scratches I got rid of when I wet sand it with 180 grit. The one I like from Vince, Siasoft. It's got a foam back on it and it works well wet. So I sanded this out 180 grit, got rid of all the scratches. Then I went back and took it out a little bit more with 220 and 320. Then I put the sealer on, and what you've seen is the pass of the Scotch-Brite pads to remove the fuzz off the sealer. That's getting it ready to, well, really to be finished. The sealer, here's the deal, and I see this everywhere, all over the place. What are you guys doing reading those labels from those other people and ignoring the fact that if you don't have it sealed, you can't put a finish on it? I don't care what White Bond says. I don't care what Wood Turner's Friend says. I don't care what all these folks say. Most woods are absorbent, and a way to stop the absorbent and get a nice even coat is to put a good sealer on it. That's it. So if you're getting the blotchies, stop, rub it out, seal it, and put the finish coat on. Yeah, oh, and that can happen most any time. So, with this, I'm now in a position where I'm going to put another coat of finish on. Then I'm going to turn it around. Got a couple of ways to do it. I'm going to do the easiest, okay? So, stick around. Oh, I get fussed at when I don't do this. You know what you got to do next? Yeah, you know what you got to do. You got to watch. To turn this around, I have opted to use a pre-manufactured Longworth chuck called Ron Brown's Best. This is a 16-inch version. It's 16 inches from out to out. And you can make your own, but this comes all pre-made. All you have to do is put it together. I'm a great fan of cutting corners. A friend of mine hadn't destroyed my Longworth and orphaned me this in exchange, I wouldn't have bought it. I would have made another one just like I did before. But see, the bumpers are way out, and you do that, and you run the bumpers down to where they're supposed to be, and then you just snug them up. Now that is why we had to finish the first inch or so up here on the top, because I can't get to that anymore. I can get to this bottom inch, inch and a half, but we're going to go ahead and work on getting the rest of this. First, let's get it in place. Have it all mounted up, got the bumpers snugged up on it. Let's spin it a little bit and see how it looks. We're at about 350 RPMs. That looks pretty good. I mean, I don't have a lot of run out right there, which is what I'm looking for. Looking for a good smooth run so I can work on it, not have to recenter it, and I can get a good clean cut. Now, what I plan on doing, boy, that's a weird looking picture. What I plan on doing is cleaning up this little part right here, because there is the line there, you can see it. That's where I cleaned from the top over, and I didn't sand down in here or finish this up. I'll scrape this back a little bit. Then I'm going to get this off and we'll fix the bottom and we'll be ready to rock and roll from there. Now, to clean up the first, again, this is restricted to about 1,000 RPMs. But I don't need any more than that. I'm going to go real low, the handle's way down. Got a little bit of tear there, but that's okay. We're going to straighten that out. I'm going to go ahead and take this off the bottom. I'd like to save this block, but the effort I'd have to go through really doesn't make it worth it. That's why I'm leaving it up on between centers. Too much chatter with that small tool. I think I'll step back up to the 1/2 inch. Just saw it move. So that's gone. I measured this bottom a little while ago and I got it at a heavy 5/16 or so. I can easily put about a 1/8 inch depression in here and be safe. So to do that, I'm going to move the tool rest out the way, the tailstock out of the way, reposition this, clean it up because it's crummy, and then we're going to go to the next step. Tailstock is moved. Tool rest is cleaned up. I wet sanded and let some crap on it, and that kind of gooked it up a little bit. But I think I'm ready now to clean this up, and then we're going to scrape this out and get this looking good. Speed is about 600 RPMs. I just put a brand new edge on that Ellsworth gouge. And we'll go over here and get me a chunk of this edge. Again, see the swirls? I was banging bevel back there because I didn't want to get any catches. I was afraid of that chunk of super glue I had there. So I'm going to go back in again. Now I don't want to have those swirls again. So I'm going to open the tool up a little bit more. A little bit of swirl. See it? Because I'm getting some deflection in here. But those are raised, which is easy to get rid of with a scraper. But I'm not where I want to be. I want to have an edge. How do I explain this without getting in your way? I would like to have that is a bearing plate, and the rest of it is to be a little bit thinner behind it. Fingernail gouge, same grind. What do I mean same grind? 247 grind, no different. Get rid of that junk. Okay, a little bit of an edge to sit on the table. Let it be clear so it doesn't rock. I got enough room to go a little bit more, so we go the other way. Got it? Now that's looking good. We need to scrape this up right here. I'm going to sharpen up that scraper, or maybe something else. When I said something else, that's what I meant. This is a 10.7 radius square cutter on a 3/8 inch square bar. I can do a real light cut with this. It was cut differently, so it's going to look different. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. I can take that same one and flatten out this middle, right across here. Ouch, that hurt. I could spend the next hour patching this crap back together again and hope it works out. But let me tell you what I'm going to spend the next little time doing. Taking a harder look at it to see where did I get that catch and why. And the catch came from awkward spot in the grain, and I didn't have a sharp enough tool to get by it. I was doing good when I was cutting it with the shoulder of the tool. Really, I was. Here, take a look at the footage of it disappearing on us. That's just okay. I was just dumb. I was just dumb. It wasn't a hero move. I wasn't doing it to impress anybody. At least I don't think I was. I was just trying to get that last little bit shaped up, and I forgot about the basics. And the basic is rub the bevel, control the cut, and don't let it get out of control. But it was moving, and I didn't have control of the cut. So what you saw was my disappearing bowl act. I have to do this. Voila! Okay? Not real happy about this. We gather out here, it's supposed to be for a learning experience, but not a teaching experience. Well, this went both ways. This was a pretty piece of poplar. The inside looked really, really good. I mean, that had no scratches, no blems, nothing else. But I think the broken edge and a big hole in the bottom, that's going to take away from it a little bit. Again, if I went back to what I originally did, pardon me, to straighten this up, I've been running my fingernail gouge along, I'd had it opened up to the right degree, and I'd be knocking it off and holding it back. Rodding the bevel would be supporting the work and controlling it. I wasn't rodding a bevel, I was just jugging it in there, and it started moving. Now, a second before it blew up, I felt the movement, and I thought I'd go by it. Well, the movement wasn't coming away from the Longworth. And I really should have stopped and put the dead man up against it, or a center against it to support it some. I still had 3/8 of an inch of wood down there, had plenty to work with, and all told, it was coming out to be a nice job. But I could just get rid of the whole thing, dump the video, and say, oops, we didn't finish it up. You need to learn what I just learned, and that is when wood moves, stop. Change the tool you're using, change the technique, get back to rubbing the bevel, and control the cut. And you won't end up with the disappearing bolac. Although it's pretty impressive. I mean, if you had a girl around and you say, wham, bow, look, it's gone. Never worked for me. That's all I got. I mean, I'm so bummed out over this. You know, if I was to take up drinking, it'd be today. Really. Maybe not. The rain's coming back. I got to shut it down anyway. You take care. Thanks for joining me today as we were making shavings. It all counts. It's all experience. It's all practice. It all matters. Been making shavings. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you real soon. Take care. Next time, listen.